So unless we come up and say no, because I'm telling you now, this matter, unless the courts come and stop the whole process, Gachagua's goose is cooked.
Of late, Kalonzo Musyoka has always been sympathetic regarding Gachagua. And for me, I think he's also trying to find an alliance which is viable for him come 2027. Because in the last election, he was betrayed by RUTO, by Raila Amolo Odinga, to an extent that even the running mate of Raila Amolo Odinga, Martha Karua, on his own polling station, she never won. Yet Kalonzo Musyoka still brought in more votes than Martha Karua. It shows you how ungrateful these politicians are. During an interview, Kalonzo Musyoka came out to say that Rigathi Gachagua is going to be impeached, and that the moment he's impeached, okay, RUTO is planning to pick his deputy as soon as possible before Rigathi Gachagua appeals. Because the way how this thing is moving, you clearly see that RUTO is fighting hard for this impeachment motion to be passed, so that Rigathi Gachagua can be sent home. So in this episode, I'm going to talk about Kalonzo Musyoka's statements, whether they hold water or not, what it means for our politics, and most importantly, the study materials we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you are new to this channel, please subscribe. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. So ever since Raila Amolo Odinga decided to go in government and abandon Kalonzo Musyoka without due process, Kalonzo Musyoka sour-graped, and he decided to act as the actual opposition leader. In fact, in the past, he has always been coming out to say that he's the actual opposition leader, not knowing that being an opposition leader is a position taken. In politics, no position is given, every position is fought for. That's why people like Moraro Kabisa are fighting for space. During Kalonzo Musyoka's interview on Citizen TV, he came out to say that actually Parliament is having a special sitting on Friday where RUTO will be naming his running mate the moment the impeachment motion succeeds. And by all signs point to that, all signs show that Rigathi Gachagua is going to be impeached. And it is the truth, he's going to be impeached. That is the truth. Because Azimio and Kenya Kwanza have numbers in the Senate. The only lifeline from Rigathi Gachagua are the courts of law. But Kalonzo Musyoka came out to say that there is a scheme of naming a deputy president immediately after Rigathi Gachagua is impeached, so that Rigathi Gachagua cannot have a time to appeal in this case. Before I speak on this more, I want you to hear Kalonzo Musyoka speaking about this, because it's going to form a basis of our analysis. Here is the tape.
Perhaps also, the economy. Do you see a direct cause and relation between what's happening in the country right now and what the Senate is about to tackle tomorrow, and what could happen after?
You know, now, this is very sad, because the process is predetermined, according to me. Today, the House Business Committee of the National Assembly met, and they decided to have a special sitting on Friday, okay? National Assembly, which means they've already prejudged what the Senate is going to do. You hear of colossal sums of money circulating. If one senator is difficult, his price tag goes up or something, some of course are independent, some will never be compromised. And so is that the kind of country the framers of this constitution had in mind? So it's a country now bedeviled with all manner of corruption at any level, corruption. And that is what made our children come up.
So Kalonzo Musyoka is coming out to say that there is a special sitting on Friday, which means that, you know, when a governor is normally impeached, when he speaks, a deputy governor is brought for vetting in the county assembly. For the deputy president, a new deputy president will be brought for vetting in parliament. That's the truth. So if the special sitting is supposed to be there on Friday, and remember the impeachment motion is going to be there on Thursday, it means that they already know the results. In fact, even Rigathi Gachagua knows the result, because the last time he was in Embu, the way he spoke was as if he knows the results. He went out to say that he has his hope in the judiciary. So it means he also knows the verdict. Even the public, if you are indeed, you remove your feeling, the Senate is governed by Azimio and UD, and they are going to impeach the deputy president. So by Kalonzo Musyoka coming out to say this is right, okay, to an extent of saying that there is colossal of money being given to senators, and we all know how politics functions in Kenya, and it is unfortunate. When you look at those cases which were preferred against Gachagua, you clearly see that it is witch hunt. Some are unfounded in the law. Let's continue with Kalonzo Musyoka.
And say, anguka nayo. All right? So unless we come up and say no, because I'm telling you now, this matter, unless the courts come and stop the whole process, Gachagua's goose is cooked. Because on Friday, President Ruto is supposed to bring his nominee to the House, and the nominee will then be read out, the name will be read out by Speaker Wetangula, my good friend, all right? And the Constitution says under Article 149 that within 60 days they should confirm that appointee. It looks to me like William Ruto does not want me to face Heroes Day with the Gachagua by side or welcoming him. It's gone to that level. It is really at that level. What I think both of them should recognize is the country is looking up to them. This is why they are saying...
That is Kalonzo Musyoka. I was talking to someone and he told me that maybe Ruto does not know about this. And I think he wants to be covered in that blanket in case this impeachment motion goes anyway. Ruto will come out to say that he doesn't know this. Politicians can lie, even with a straight face. But there is no way they can impeach your deputy without you knowing. Even at a county level, when they're going to impeach a governor or a deputy governor, at least the governor must be in the know. Either he must be against or for. Okay? This silence of William Ruto, it shows you how he knows how to play politics. But it will be bad news if the courts don't uphold the impeachment motion. And it shows you how William Ruto needs this impeachment motion. He needs it so bad. Because if it is successful and the courts don't uphold it, it means that Rigathi Gachagua won't be standing as president in 2026, in 2027. Maybe when the courts come out to say otherwise, but most of the chances, if they impeach you, you can't hold office. So there, Ruto will have a luxury of galvanizing the mountain again, if he can, by picking a deputy president. But if the impeachment motion is not upheld, Ruto will be home as soon as 7 a.m. in come 2027. So Kalonzo Musyoka coming out to say that a special sitting is going to be held on Friday, it is a sign that they are anticipating the impeachment motion of Rigathi Gachagua, but they are not anticipating the appeal. Okay? And in this way, on this Friday, they may announce the name, maybe, and that name, I think, in my opinion, it will be coming from Mountain Kenya. So that the tension which is in Mountain Kenya, even if Rigathi Gachagua goes and appeals, the tension which is Mountain Kenya, because Mountain Kenya people have been threatened that this position is going to be served somewhere else, to Gladys Wanga, to Raila Amolo Odinga, to Musalia Mudavadi, the tension will reduce, even though Rigathi Gachagua goes to appeal, even if he's to retain that position, which I think he's going to retain because those charges are frivolous. But it's aimed at reducing the tension after the impeachment. Okay? That's the truth. And in fact, for me, I keep on telling people that one of the politicians who has a cult, genuine following, who has people who can die for, is Raila Amolo Odinga. Raila Amolo Odinga, if this impeachment motion was going to happen to him, we would see Nairobi being burnt. I don't know what's happened to Gachagua. Because normally Kikuyus have taken long without coming on the street. They have been in government comfortable. All they use is their finances and their vote to take them where they want. They haven't been on the streets. But the way things are unfolding, the songs are here in the mountain. The Mamau songs, I think they are planning something big. Okay? Secondly, even the leaders in Nairobi are conflicted. The other day, William Ruto invited ODM members to State House. Those are the people who are supposed to engineer, okay, a protest. The others who are allies of Deputy President like Gachagua and others are already in courts suffering, so they cannot be used. Although I don't call for violence, but for me I think Kalonzo Musyoka has a point here. And it cannot be taken for granted that a special sitting on Friday is aimed at naming the successor to Rigathi Gachagua in a bid to cool down the tempers, and that successor will be from Mountain Kenya. Even if Gachagua appeals, the name will be out so that they tell the Mountain Kenya people that, look, here is the deputy president incoming in case Rigathi Gachagua goes. It shows you how William Ruto is impatient. Of course, that's my opinion. Do drop me your comments by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, I implore you to subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.